tonight. Governor Sheriff Ubriwori swears in a new state head of civil service. Newly appointed state head of service, Dr. Mini Oseji, solicits cooperation of civil servants. Delta State Electricity Power Sector Bill 2024, alongside other bills, gets governor's assent. In business, Dangote Refinery reduces cost of petrol. Good evening. Welcome to Delta TV Main News tonight. My name is Francis Ofulwe. Governor Sheriff Oborewori has sworn in Dr. Mini Oseji as the 12th head of the State Civil Service, following the retirement of her predecessor, Mr. Reginald Bayoko. Ejimel Dwebe now reports.
The new head of service to bring her wealth of experience to bear in the discharge of her duties. He described Dr. Oseji as a dedicated, brilliant, and thorough civil servant, adding that she will bring to her new office decades of exceptional stewardship, exemplary leadership, and undiluted passion for excellence.
The mission of the civil service is to assist the government in the formulation and implementation of government policies for the development of the country. As the chief driver of that process, the position of the head of service is therefore one of great responsibility and utmost confidentiality. I have absolute confidence in the ability of the new head of service to lead and guide the civil service to discharge its responsibility.
He charged the new head of service to continually enlighten the workers to tackle the perennial problems of absenteeism, lateness, unethical conduct, sharp practices, and poor maintenance culture. The governor said security agencies in the state were making progress in the fight against kidnapping and other violent crimes through preemptive strikes and other combat operations. Also at the event, Governor Oborewori swore in Pastor Augustine Igbine as the chairman of the board of directors of the Delta State Printing and Publishing Company, publishers of the Pointer newspapers. While congratulating Pastor Igbine on his appointment, Governor Oborewori urged him to consolidate on the achievements of his predecessor. Responding, Dr. Oseji thanked the governor for trusting her with the huge responsibility of ensuring integrity, professionalism, and service excellence in the state civil service.
It's been a distinct honor to serve as permanent secretary in the Delta State Civil Service for more than 10 years, and it's an even greater honor to serve as head of service for the next 19 months. I will be standing on the shoulders of 11 giants from Mr. Jackson Ajogbe in 1991 to Mr. Reginald Bayoko MNI in 2025.
She pledged to reorient the entire civil service on financial regulations and to key into the more agenda of the governor, assuring that no one will be left behind in the civil service. Ejime Uduime reporting.
Meanwhile, the newly appointed head of service, Hajo West, Dr. Mini Oseji, has solicited the prayers of all Deltans and the cooperation of civil servants for a tenure to be impactful in contributing to the moral agenda of the state governor. Dr. Oseji stated this at a reception for guests shortly after a swearing ceremony held in Asaba. Mora Isoba reports.
Addressing the guests, including some top government functionaries, traditional rulers and civil servants, Dr. Oseji thanked Governor Sheriff Oborevwori for her appointment to head the state civil service, pledging to leverage her expertise to drive progress and prosperity for the people of the state. She recounted the confidence reposed in her to uphold the highest standards of the public service, assuring synergy, teamwork, and innovations to include digitization of the state civil service database as a legacy of efficiency in the Delta State Civil Service.
I wish to state that as head of service, I will cater for the needs of all civil servants, both male and female. There shall be no discrimination based on gender whatsoever.
Chairman on the occasion, a one-time head of service, Sir Paul Evwarere, said having a female HOS was a blessing to the state civil service, saying it would promote female inclusivity in leadership, adding that Dr. Oseji was committed to duties and capable of delivering on her given mandates. He advised civil servants to assist in raising the bar of discipline, integrity, punctuality, and hard work in the public service.
This Oseji, by her integrity and the drive that she has, will be able to attract so many goodies to the civil service.
Other dignitaries serving and retired officers, including the immediate past head of service, Mr. Reginald Bayoko, in their goodwill messages, we are optimistic that Dr. Oseji's tenure will take the state civil service to an enviable height following her pedigree, and assured that her leadership would be given the maximum support it deserved in order to harmonize the state workforce.
The women who are moving, this is not a common feat in a place like Delta. So I'm very proud of Dr. Mimi, and I believe that the short period she has, she'll be able to put in the best and make a difference.
Others who spoke expressed joy at Dr. Oseji's appointment as HOS, saying it showed that women could attain any heights through hard work and discipline, while combining the task of the home front, and encouraged her to give her best in order to gain the confidence of the state governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori. The baton of leadership has just been passed to Dr. Mimi Oseji, and with the confidence reposed in her, we are optimistic that this sets the tone for growth in her leadership and the future of the state civil service. Mora Isukma reporting for Delta TV.
Governor Sheriff Oborevwori has assented to 7 bills, including the Delta State Electricity Power Sector Bill 2024, as a game changer in the state's industrialization drive. The bills were signed at the Government House, Asaba. Ejime Udueme has details.
Other bills assented to included the Delta State Physical and Regional Planning Bill 2024, Delta State Film and Video Censors Board Bill 2024, Registration and Regulation of Private Veterinary Clinics Amendment Law 2024, Child Rights Amendment Bill 2024, Delta State Pet Control and Responsible Ownership Bill 2024, and the Delta State College of Health Technology Bill 2024. Governor Oborevwori commended the leadership of the State House of Assembly for passing the bills crafted to address pressing issues and challenges that will improve the lives of the people.
These bills are very key, most especially the Delta State Electricity Power Sector Law 2024. This particular law gives me immense joy by assenting to it. We have provided the legal framework to unlock a plethora of investment opportunities in the power generation, transmission, distribution, supplementary investments.
He said the Delta State Electricity Sector Bill provided the legal framework to unlock a plethora of investment opportunities in the power generation, transmission, and distribution.
These bills that we have just accepted to will protect our vulnerable populations, improve quality of life, promote sustainable development and environmental protection, attract investments, and increase our IGR.
The governor further noted that the Child Rights Amendment Law 2024 has provided more safeguards for children. While presenting the bills, the Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Emomoti Guo, congratulated Governor Boriwori on the massive construction projects across the state, saying that Deltas were happy getting values for monies appropriated for projects.
As this law has been enacted, signed into law, it then means that people will now enjoy the benefits of the law by private investors extending their business around Delta State.
He said impulse of Deltas were sought through presentation of memoranda during the House public hearings on the new bills before they were passed. Ejime Uduime reporting.
The State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Boriwori, has emphasized the importance of legal practitioners' involvement in construction contracts. Governor Boriwori, represented by the State Attorney General, Mr. Ekimejiro Huyurole San, highlighted the crucial role of legal professionals in negotiating and drafting contracts during the Second National Conference on Construction and Infrastructure Projects held in Asaba. He stated that the conference should facilitate discussions among stakeholders in the construction industry to address challenges and explore opportunities. The governor pointed out that effective legal frameworks and collaboration are essential for overcoming Nigeria's infrastructure deficiencies and vital for sustainable development. He reiterated his administration's commitment to infrastructure development through the MORE agenda, focusing on improving roads, housing, education, and health care across the 25 local government areas. The chairman of the MBA session on business law, Mr. Ozufu Ogemudia, noted that the country's infrastructure was pivotal for economic growth and development, underscoring the importance of addressing Nigeria's infrastructure challenges, stating that the conference served as an opportunity to deliberate on the issues to achieve said goals. The chairman of the Construction and Infrastructure Project Committee, Mr. Andrew Odum San, said that the conference theme was intentionally chosen to address challenges in the construction sector, such as inadequate legislation, extended project durations, and rising costs, stressing their need to deliver projects on time to avoid reviews while ensuring completion with the highest quality and at the lowest possible cost. The conference aimed to foster innovative solutions for more efficient and sustainable infrastructure projects, began with an engaging keynote address from the Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, followed by heartfelt goodwill messages from the various stakeholders. Mr. Mamuzo Erebe has stated that the ministry was committed to ensuring that all its staffers are trained and updated with the current modern trends, both in the performance of their duties. Mr. Erebe said this in a commencement of 2 separate capacity building training programs for staff of the ministry, saying the first training program was for the State Council in the ministry on the act of handling matters at the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court. The resource person, Mr. Charles Abagu, took participants through the various stages of initiating and defense of both civil and criminal appeal matters. The interactive training session saw participants involved in simulation and role play of matters at the appellate courts and how State Council should file written briefs to ensure successful outcomes of their matters. Participants at the program were drawn from the headquarters office and 11 zonal offices of the ministry. The second capacity building training was a 2-day program on financial accounting practices and ethics of finance and account staff. The training was for staff working in the Department of Finance and the Administrator General and Public Trustee offices. Declaring the training open, Mr. Mamuzo Erebe stated that non-legal and paralegal staff are key components of any modern-day law office. He stated that the job of the State Council cannot be effectively handled in the absence of well-trained support staff. He stated that the training would enrich the knowledge of staff in the department and equip them with the requisite knowledge to discharge their duties. The lead resource person, Mr. Emeka Egwele, took participants in various aspects of the accounting process that the staff perform daily on their job. He said that the more they refresh themselves on modern trends in the accounting field, the better their performance would be, and thanked the organizers for the initiative. The State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, has urged Delta youths to apply online for the Army 89th Regular Recruits Intake. Governor Oborevwori made the call on Monday while playing host to the sensitization team of the Nigerian Army Headquarters, Abuja, led by Brigadier General Wito Nzide. He said that his administration was fully committed to creating jobs and wealth for youths and women across the 3 senatorial districts. The governor was represented by the Secretary to the State Government, SSG, Dr. Kingsley Emu, disclosed that statistics of enrollment from year 2021 to 2024 indicated that Delta State made steady progress in the number of Deltans recruited into the Nigerian Army, while assuring that the state shall step up sensitization efforts through the State Awareness Creation Committee on Youth Enlistment into military and paramilitary services. He said strong synergy has been built with the state chapter of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, traditional rulers, religious organizations, and local government councils to improve sensitization and awareness creation in order to get more youths to serve the nation through enrollment into the armed forces and paramilitary services, assuring that henceforth Delta State would meet the required allocation. The governor charged the Director General of the Delta State Orientation and Communications Bureau, Dr. Fred Ogenesiwe, to step up result-oriented media and publicity strategies in collaboration with the State Awareness Committee on Youth Enlistment into the military and paramilitary services, indicating locations across the 3 senatorial districts for free bus pickup points for all successful applicants to be screened in Asaba at a stipulated date announced by the Nigerian Army. The leader of the delegation, Brigadier General Wito Nzide, expressed the mandate of the present head of the Nigerian Army, Chief of Administration, Major General Lawrence Fejoko, Deltans to reawaken the need for the state to meet its required quota of enrollees in the ongoing 89th Regular Recruits Intake, urging the eligible applicants, male and female, to apply online at the official application portal. He said that the Nigerian Army offered higher education scholarship for 7 officers across board and gainful employment with retirement benefits, and that recruitment into the Nigerian Army was devoid of marginalization, while recruits and junior officers made progress through the ranks depending on their willingness and commitment to utilize available opportunities. Also speaking, the commander of 63 Brigade, Asaba, Brigadier General Ugochukwu Onachukwu, warned against pipeline vandalism, oil bunkering, armed robbery and kidnapping, while asking youths to engage in productive activities and the opportunities of gainful employment in the Nigerian Army. The online registration for the 89 Regular Recruits Intake for tradesmen, non-tradesmen and women began on March 31, 2025 and will end on May 17, 2025. The state government said to continue to improve the living standards of residents in the state. The Director General, Delta State Orientation and Communications Bureau, Dr. Fred Ogenesiwe, stated this while speaking on Orientation Panorama on Voice of Delta Radio Asaba, saying that Governor Sheriff Oborevwori's achievements were too numerous to mention, as over 275,000 Deltans had been lifted from poverty into the 2 months of his stewardship. Dr. Ogenesiwe noted that the governor has done a lot in terms of durable and mega infrastructure development, socio-economic remodeling, job and wealth creation that has decongested the state labor market, created jobs and wealth for youths, women and entrepreneurs across the 3 senatorial districts. According to him, Delta, the state's GDP per capita, estimated to be about $2,506,000, making it the 4th richest state in Nigeria by this metric, adding that Governor Oborevwori was expanding the employment opportunities by encouraging youths or young Deltans with school certificates to apply for enlistment into the military and paramilitary services, especially the ongoing admissions into the Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA, and the Nigerian Army 89th Regular Recruits Intake. The bureau chief listed some of the benefits of military service for young Nigerians to include pensionable employment, federal government-sponsored higher education up to doctorate degree where applicable, and still earning monthly salary. He urged qualified and eligible youths across the 3 senatorial districts of the state to apply online free of charge in the ongoing enlistment into the Nigerian Army 89th regular recruitment exercise by visiting the official website at www.recruitment.army.mil.ng. Dr. Genesiwe commended Governor Borewori over his strong determination and genuine commitment towards making Delta one of the most viable and prosperous states in Nigeria without borrowing of funds for projects, noting that the ongoing implementation of the governor's MORE agenda has opened up limitless opportunities for small and medium-scale enterprises to thrive. The Bureau DG also disclosed that Governor Borewori, through the State Awareness Creation Committee on Youth Enlistment into the Military and Paramilitary, shall provide free transport for all shortlisted candidates to and from the Cenotaph Complex in Asaba, venue of the screening exercise from Monday 2nd to Monday 16th June 2025, beginning from 7 in the morning daily. The Federal Ministry of Education has directed all federal tertiary institutions in Nigeria to advertise available vacancies through public mediums. The Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alauza, in a statement by Director of Press and Public Relations, Mr. Boriwo Folashade, gave the directive as part of the ministry's renewed commitment to fairness and integrity in the education sector. The ministry said the move was aimed to ensure equal opportunity for all eligible Nigerians and curb opaque employment practices that has plagued the sector for years. It clarified that the waivers were granted to tertiary institutions based on their manpower requirements following detailed submission to the ministry. The statement reiterated the ministry's commitment to building capacity across higher education institutions. It added that institutions were reminded to submit their recruitment needs to the Committee on Waiver and Recruitment for proper review. The ministry warned that sanctions would be imposed on any institution that failed to comply. The National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, has cautioned Nigerians against disclosing their national identification numbers, name, to unauthorized individuals or organizations in exchange for monetary compensation. The warning followed reports that some residents in Anambra State were being lured to submit their names for money, a practice that the Commission described as illegal and punishable under the NIMC Act No. 23 of 2007, the Data Protection Act, and the Cyber Crime Act. In a statement by the head of corporate communications of the Commission, Dr. Kayode Adegoke, the NIMC said the illegal activity had been brought to its attention and that arrests had already been made in collaboration with security agencies. The Commission emphasized that neither it nor the federal government had authorized the collection or use of names by third parties for financial incentives, adding that any individual or group found engaging in such activities would be sanctioned accordingly. NIMC also reiterated its earlier advisory, urging Nigerians not to share their names or personal data with unverified platforms or persons, warning that such acts could expose citizens to identity theft and other cyber crimes. The Commission further advised members of the public to report any suspicious or unauthorized name collection to its official channels. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has identified Ondo, Bauchi, and Edo states as the epicenters of Lassa fever outbreak in the country. While briefing newsmen in Abuja, the Director General of NCDC, Dr. Jide Idris, said the states accounting for over 70% of confirmed cases reported so far in 2025. Dr. Idris said the 3 states contributed 71% of the 660 confirmed Lassa fever cases recorded between January and the end of March 2025, with Ondo accounting for 30%, Bauchi 25%, and Edo 16%. The Director General said the NCDC has intensified a nationwide multi-sectoral response through its activated incident management system at the national level to coordinate the public health emergency across affected states. He said the center had deployed national rapid response teams to hotspot areas, trained health workers on infection prevention and control, scaled up community sensitization, and stressed the importance of early presentation of health facilities to reduce fatalities. Dr. Idris said that Lassa fever, an acute viral hemorrhagic illness primarily transmitted by rodents, continues to pose a serious health threat, particularly in rural communities where access to prompt health care was limited. The NCDC boss urged Nigerians to remain vigilant, maintain proper hygiene, and avoid contact with rodents and their droppings. In the southeast, Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has warned against polluting streams and rivers by native doctors engaging in ritual practices in that state. Professor Soludo gave the warning while addressing the All Progressive Grand Alliance ABGA supporters in Oka. He urged residents to support the state government's effort to rescue, reclaim, and rid the state of crimes. Ongoing crackdowns on criminal native doctors in Anambra State sparked outcry from some who viewed the arrest as an attack on traditional religious practitioners. The governor clarified that he was not targeting traditional worshippers, but criminal native doctors who had been defrauding people. Professor Soludo condemned the rising number of deceptive native doctors in Anambra State, who lured young people with false promises of instant wealth. He warned youths in the state not to fall for the tricks of the fraudulent individuals. According to him, no native doctor has the power to make anyone a millionaire without hard work. Aggrieved by prolonged blackouts, frequent power cuts, and ineffective power supply, some residents of Okpanam Oshunu North local government area today staged a peaceful protest over the situation, alleging exploitation by the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, BEDC, which oversees electricity distribution in Delta State. The protesters who took their grievances to the government house, Asaba, bore placards with various inscriptions including BEDC, stop ridiculing us, we pay bills, give us light. Addressing the protesters, the Chief of Staff, Government House, Asaba, Honorable Johnson Erijo, assured them that the government was not relenting in its effort at putting an end to poor power supply across the state. Honorable Erijo cited the new Delta State Electricity Sector Law 2024, which has been just assented to by the state governor, the Right Honorable Sheriff Uboriwori, aimed at alleviating the situation. He explained that the bill was a deliberate effort by government to give private sector investors opportunity to provide light to residents of the state as an alternative to the present arrangement under the Benin Electricity Distribution Company. The leader of the protest, Comrade Lucky Okolo, listed outrageous estimated bills and prolonged blackouts among other hardships being inflicted on the people by the BEDC, adding that the situation had worsened insecurity in the state. He called on government and other critical stakeholders to intervene. You're watching Delta TV main news at 8. Still to come, Junction Refinery reduces cost of petrol. Stay with us.
Learning is fun, but as a mom, I see how demanding it can be for my child. That's why I ensure he starts every day with a cup of Bonvita. Bonvita, prepare them to win every day.
You're watching Delta TV main news at 8. We go straight to the business desk now for happenings in the world of business.
The Dangote refinery has informed marketers and its customers of a downward review of its gantry loading cost to 865 naira per litre. The new price reduction of 15 naira from 880 naira per litre was sold by the facility yesterday. The National Publicity Secretary of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Mr. Shinedu Ukadike, reassured the public of the price drop while commenting on the Federal Executive Council directive regarding the Naira for crude agreement. The Federal Executive Council, after an initial delay yesterday, directed the full implementation of the suspended Naira for crude agreement with local refineries. Meanwhile, the price of Bonny Light Nigeria's premium oil grade has yesterday dropped by 5.09% to $59.62 per barrel in global markets at the backdrop of the ongoing ripples created by the tariff war that has followed series of tariff hikes announced by the United States of America early this week. The oil price has also hit by the decision. Fanatic. Meanwhile, the price of Bonny Light Nigeria's premium oil grade has yesterday dropped by 5.09% to $59.62.
Missing person. The 8th Division of the Nigerian Police Force, Asaba, has declared a 54-year-old woman, Mrs. Scholastica Nanda, missing. Mrs. Nanda, who hails from Uguta, local government area of Imo State, left her home in Imo State on Saturday, April 5 this year, for her younger sister's residence in Asaba, and has since not been seen. According to the police, Mrs. Nanda is tall and light in complexion. She speaks English language fluently. Anyone with information on how she can be located has been requested to call 0810-784-7310. That is 0810-784-7310, or report to the nearest police station. And now here's our thought for today. The desire to succeed means nothing without a will to prepare. To end news, the main points again. Governor Sheriff Oborewori has sworn in Dr. Mimi Oseji as the 12th head of state civil service following the retirement of her predecessor, Mr. Reginald Bayoko. The newly appointed state head of service, HOS, Dr. Mimi Oseji, has solicited the prayers of all Deltans and the cooperation of civil servants for a tenure to be impactful in contributing to the moral agenda of the state governor. Dr. Oseji stated this at a reception for guests shortly after the swearing-in ceremony held in Asaba. Governor Sheriff Oborewori has assented to 7 bills, including the Delta State Electricity Power Sector Bill 2024, as a game-changer in the state industrialization drive. The bills were signed at the Government House, Asaba. And from the foreign scene, we reported, or rather in business, we reported that the Dangote Petroleum Refinery has reduced the ex-depot, ex-gantry price of its premium motor spirit from 880 naira to 865 naira per litre. An official of the refinery confirmed the development in a statement to newsmen, stating that the marketers and distributors had already been informed of the new price. That's the news. Thank you so much for being part of it. My name is Francis Ofulwe. Have a lovely evening and good night.
lamentation. The families of Sir Evangelist E.P.O. Igrigri of Ewopopo Quarters